Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So, shout out to Ticket TV for putting me on to this story. I missed Undisputed this morning. But for the first time in a long time, I'm going to defend Carmelo Anthony. Phil Jackson, in the words of Chris Broussard, is acting like a chump, is a man acting like a child. Because what should have happened has been a series of private conversations between Carmelo Anthony and Phil Jackson discussing how can we benefit from you being traded and where would you like to go since you are one of three basketball players in the NBA with a no trade clause. And it's sad that Phil Jackson, who has 11 NBA championships, can act like this. You know, he's acting like he doesn't have to answer to anyone. And according to Undisputed, he hasn't met the New York press since September. So all he has to do is put stuff out and then watch it catch fire. He's not being held accountable for nothing that he says. And it's sad that as a general manager, he has failed the New York Knicks, just as Doc Rivers has failed the Los Angeles Clippers. But getting back to Phil Jackson, he's being held to the standard of him as a coach when him being a coach has been great, but as a GM he's been terrible. It's like in a marriage. Oh, she's a great mother, but a terrible wife. Oh, he's a great father, but a terrible husband. Right? You can be a great at one characteristic of a man, but you can be great. You can be terrible at the other one as it relates to that title. You know, and Phil Jackson, he needs to be fired. He's hired Derek Fisher and Jeff Hornacek as head coaches. Carmelo Anthony has yet to win in New York. That's why I said this has been one of the few times where I'm going to defend him. I think Carmelo Anthony is a passive-aggressive superstar. The epitome of a passive-aggressive superstar who loves the limelight and enjoys the fruits of what comes with being a massive basketball star. So, I'm going to defend Carmelo Anthony on this. I think Phil Jackson has to meet with Carmelo Anthony. And Carmelo Anthony has the right to do whatever he wants to do from this point on because Phil Jackson has become less than a man now. You know, from the comments he made about LeBron James to now. And some may say it's race baiting. But you know what I tend to think about older white men and older white women is that they feel they have the rite of passage. And it's not directly racism. It's like okay, I give the example as Phil Jackson. Follow me for a second. Phil Jackson believes he's a great coach, so he has the rite of passage to do whatever he wants as a general manager. It's not the same thing. Like white people. White people are born white, so they feel they have the rite of passage to be treated first. Or more importantly, be given the benefit of the doubt. Whereas as black people got to prove themselves. So that's just what I believe. Phil Jackson has failed us as a general manager. He needs to go off and ride off in the sunset. Where is he from? Idaho, Dakotas, or somewhere like that? He needs to go just ride off in the sunset because the older he gets, the more childish and benign and asinine he's becoming. So, come on, I think for the one time I'm going to stand with you on this one. So, Barbershop Conversation. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.